Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to a match on WWE 2K25. This one is a six-man elimination tag team match as the Opps of AEW, Samoa Joe, Will Hobbs, and Katsuyori Shibata take on Chaos Strong Style of New Japan. We have got Okada, Ishii, and Ishii Goto. Should be good, this one, because we don't often see a lot of people in this match again. Let's quickly check Hobbs, because he's the one I feel like might be the one we haven't seen the most of. Powerhouse Hobbs, 9 matches so far, currently sat on 0 overall. He had 5 matches in 2021, 3 in 2022, and then he's only had 1 match since, which was in 2024, so he has really gone off the boil for us. Samoa Joe, though, is someone who is an absolute beast that we obviously do use significantly. He is currently up in 18th position on plus 15 after 39 matches. And Shibata, he's the one who needs the points at the moment. He currently sits on -3 after 10 matches, of course, with the loss at the triple threat match in the pay-per-view a couple of days ago. He does have a win this year as well, though. I'm not quite sure where that's from. I've done too many matches and completely forgotten what's been on most of the time. Did he do a... I don't know. I had a feeling he'd done an underground match at some point. Maybe it was part of the All-In pay-per-view, who knows. But this is his big opportunity here, then 6-man tag elimination. So as we know, that means that the winning team will all receive 1 point each. However, we will also be giving away 1 point for every single elimination in this match as well. So a big opportunity for these two teams to show what they can do. I'll start things off with Okada then, because we know also he is very high in the rankings, currently second in the rankings on plus 24 after 40 matches, so he is looking outstanding. 6 points away from the top of the table, which of course is Bret Hart, but he's had 19 matches less than Bret Hart, so if he has the right amount of matches, who knows, he could trump Bret Hart. Ishii, again, someone who was part of that triple threat at the pay-per-view, currently sits on after 8 matches, of course, -1 for the year. And finally, Goto, who I think is probably someone we haven't used a lot of. Not Tenzan Goto, it's Hirooki Goto, 7 matches. A -2 overall. Not seen him since 2023, so a great opportunity here for these guys to really show what they can do. And again, like I said, you force your way into the title pictures. I'll give you more and more opportunities, and you use those opportunities to prove yourself and get more opportunities in the future. Alright then, let's crack on. 6-man tag again, just like the big match we had at Forbidden Door on Sunday. It's going to be an absolute barn brawl. It's going to be an absolute barn burner. It's going to be an absolute slobber knocker, if you will. A lot of people just trying to kick the living crap out of each other. So it'll be interesting who does come out on top. And like I said, the big chance here for eliminations. We've seen in the past the likes of Owen Hart only a couple of weeks ago. He got all 3 eliminations and the victory and came out of one of these matches with a +4. And that's a massive way to completely turn around your entire career in our universe mode. And of course you've got guys like Powerhouse Hobbs, who is a young man, who is obviously going to keep progressing and getting better and better and better. So the fact that he's not massively high now might not be the biggest problem for him. He is going to get higher and higher as time goes on, I would imagine. And he is the first one to dabble with some weaponry, slamming it into the gut of Okada before working over Ishii as well. Goto's knee being done over there. As Goto now taking Shibata up with a snap suplex. Forearm there by Joe, making his way back into the ring, but Okada was there waiting for him. Of course, Okada is the former SWE World Heavyweight Champion as well, so again, he's going to want to be getting himself some points to force his way back into that title picture. But also, he wants to showcase his ability. He wants to stamp his authority on that place in the ranking system, and eventually, if he can, overtake Bret Hart. Like I said, Owen Hart got a +4 for one of these matches only a few weeks back. If Okada was to do the same thing here today, he would only be 2 points off of the top of the table, which has been held by Bret Hart now since the beginning. Since 2021, Bret Hart has been the top man in our universe mode. 3-time SWE World Heavyweight Champion and just dominated the top end of that ranking system. Shibata now taken down. Goto dropping his body weight across the knee as well. And Okada now taken down Shibata. Joe now with a pin on Ishii. It's a really good Ishii, this one, by the way. And we do have another match planned in later in the week. which sort of stems from this one as well. Samoa Joe one-on-one with Tomohiro Ishii in a underground match. That is planned for Friday. So big opportunities for those two guys to show what they can do. Goto, lovely takedown there on Samoa Joe. Was that a tap? I don't think it was. I think the referee waved away the submission, I believe. As Okada, lovely dropkick taken down. Powerhouse Hobbs. We know how effective Okada's dropkicks are. He's an absolute star with those dropkicks. Ishii now, lovely Snapdragon suplex taken down at Samoa Joe. Powerhouse Hobbs now around the back of Okada, takes him up onto the shoulders. There's a headlock there locked in by Ishii with a strike right in the face. Powerhouse Hobbs with Okada up on the shoulders. And a lot of people will have a target on Okada's back for this one. Like I said, he's so high up in the rankings. You think you get a pin against that man who's right up there second in the rankings. That can make a big difference to your current ranking system. Mainly to your momentum, really. I mean, again, you get the pinfall against someone top of the ranking system, and all of a sudden, you're forcing your way into more pictures. You're forcing your way into more questions. Some names I'm surprisingly used so little of. Just looking now, Dynamite Kid has only had 5 matches, but looking at Jerry Lynn, someone who's an absolute outstanding wrestler, and we've only seen him 3 times. Twice in 2022 and once in 2023. Sonjay Dutt has only ever had 3 matches as well. Wow. Tajiri 3 matches. Austin Aries, Orange Cassidy. Pretty surprising, really, how little some of these guys have actually wrestled for us. I'm sure we'll catch up as time goes on. Joe now working over Ishii, trying to weaken him out for the match later on. Lio Rush only ever had 2 matches. Ace Austin only ever had 2 matches. I say it's just surprising in some cases how little some of these guys have wrestled, isn't it, really? Joe now around the back of Goto, fighting back. And Goto looking to take Joe up, but Shibata caught Goto. And look at Powerhouse Hobbs here now working back at the hand before dropping the knees right into the spine. So no eliminations as of yet, but you do feel like it's only a matter of time here. And here is the golden shovel there by Goto on Samoa Joe. The boot across the chest now, bringing Joe back up to a standing base. Big boot across the face as well. And Goto now on the back of Joe, going to take him up as Ishii now with a brainbuster on Shibata on the outside. Goto now looking to take up Samoa Joe and drops him down. Great front slam from the suplex position. There's the pin. This could be the first elimination of the match. Referee slow to get into position. But it is. Wow. Goto eliminating Samoa Joe. And Goto was a -2. With that point, he moves up to a -1. Now, of course, we don't take a point off Samoa Joe yet, because the Opps might still turn around to win this match. It'll be very difficult when it is currently 3-on-2 for this match to be turned around now. It's not impossible, but in a 3-on-2 situation, it'll be very difficult now for Powerhouse Hobbs and Katsuyori Shibata, especially when Shibata is stuck on some ring steps. I only used Psychosis 5 times as well, which is disappointing. Powerhouse Hobbs now with a scoop slam on Okada. And you see Ishii and Goto inside the ring with Powerhouse Hobbs. Hobbs now launching Ishii across the ring with a suplex. And they need to get the next elimination, no questions asked. You can't not, and there is the Rainmaker clothesline. That's game, set, match, surely. Powerhouse Hobbs is gone. No. How did Powerhouse Hobbs just survive a Wow. A Rainmaker clothesline. Nice takedown by Goto again, this time on Shibata. Goto really showing his worth today. 2 eliminations, wow. Hiroki Goto. This is big for him, you know. 2 eliminations today. Oh, I've messed that up. Okay, put that in there and that in there. Goto now moves up to a 0. He's going to move up to a +1 here as well, because there's no way Powerhouse Hobbs is winning this match on his own, surely. It's just all down to who's going to get this final elimination. Hobbs, if he can, you never know. I mean, it's very unlikely he's going to eliminate all 3 of these guys. And he's taken out Ishii, now taken up Okada, up on the shoulder, in with that world's strongest slam, but Goto just launches a stop sign right at him. And Ishii now with the kicks, the strikes, look at a stiff right hand. Powerhouse Hobbs, though, fighting back with a clothesline. And a big boot on Ishii as well. I'll tell you what, if Hobbs can hit something big on Goto here, he's got a chance of getting one of the numbers back. There's the big spinebuster, of course, his finisher maneuver, but Okada's back in the ring now. Gets caught with the lariat. And another big stiff lariat. Hobbs has got to go for the pin. He can't keep working them all down. He's not going to keep all 3 down. He's going to have to jump in the pin as soon as he can, whenever he gets the chance. You see Goto now just sending Powerhouse Hobbs back in the ring. Nice backbreaker into the clothesline, and Okada, I think, has just finished this match off in the side of Chaos. Wow. So it is Goto getting himself 3 points from this match, moves from a -2 up to a +1. What a turnaround that has been for him. Then we've got Ishii. With that victory then is going to move up to a +3 after 9 matches. And we have Okada then 2 points for him, 1 for the elimination and 1 for the victory. Moves him up now to a +26, only 4 points off of Bret Hart at the top. However, Samoa Joe with that loss is going to move down to a +14. Shibata, the one who really needed the points, is going to continue to free fall. He moves down to a -4. And then Powerhouse. Powerhouse Hobbs with that loss moves down to a -1. So not great at all for the Opps. Do we want to do this as a tag team potentially? We've got Team Taz in there. I don't know whether we're going to bother with the Opps as a tag team. I think they are basically just a trio in my opinion. So I don't think we're going to bother putting them part of the tag team division. We probably should, shouldn't we? Why not? Why the hell not? I don't know who the tag team would be, to be honest. Powerhouse, Hobbs, and Shibata with Samoa Joe as the Freebird. Why not? Okay. And then, do we have Chaos? I think we might have Chaos, but I think I've got them down as a different iteration is the only problem. Let's have a Goosey Gander. Chaos. We've got Chaos at the moment as Goto, Yoshihashi, and Yo. And I think I've also got Okada and... No, I haven't. I thought I had Okada and Shinsuke Nakamura as a tag team as well. Again, I don't think it's worth it. There are different tag teams from Chaos, but I don't think these 3 guys are ever going to be sort of going for it long term. The Opps are an official group in AEW, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt for this time round. Anyway, that is the end of this match. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Of course, if you have, hit the like, subscribe, do the good stuff, and I'll see you again for our next match of the day, which is going to be the battle of the face for the faceless, Mystico, Dralistico, Cinta de Oro, and Sin Cara. I am going to be absolutely messed up in that match. So if you're looking for some fun and some morbid curiosity, I'll see you very soon.